Welcome to another episode of the StormSharks podcast, episode 3. I'm your host, Catatonic, and I'm here with B Mike. And today we are going to talk about how bad the COD community is. What is so funny? All right, I guess context. In the previous two podcasts, Mike's always got something to say when I'm doing the intro.
Sorry.
Mike's always got something to say when I do the intro. So I was like, hey, man, let me just do the intro and then we can just go from there. But Mike has double-digit IQs today, and he has the attention span of an iPad child. And he couldn't even let me do a 1-minute intro. Not even a 1-minute intro. I'd like to think our intros are pretty quick in comparison to a lot of other people, because some other podcasters, they hit you with 50 million advertisements and stuff. Today we have no sponsors, and I say that, but watch me go post edit and we'll hear from Austin again about our current sponsors if they exist.
That's right. HelloFresh has more options to support your wellness journey than ever before. Dig into their biggest menu yet with 50 plus dinner options and even more market items that suit any healthy lifestyle. Plus, start your day right this school year with free breakfast for life. Get one free breakfast item per box while your subscription is active.
Today's topic is, because I don't know what it is with us, maybe it's just some sick twisted thing, but we love talking about things I don't like. Today's topic is Call of Duty, but as a whole, because I feel like when people hear the term Call of Duty, they think of strictly just Warzone, but we're actually going to talk about all of it, like the esport, the Warzone, general complaints. I mean, if we got time, we'll even talk about Activision issues and just it as a whole. Probably not gonna do story time because COD's got too many fingers in the jar with Sledgehammer and Activision and Treyarch and Infinity. There's too many developers and stuff in the COD scene. But yeah, so Mike wanted to bring this up, so I'm gonna let Mike kind of start this off when it comes to COD. So where are we starting?
Your face.
What about my face?
It's so funny.
I don't.
Before we start, it's great to be here. The reason why I kept laughing uncontrollably during that intro was because he's right. Before we started, I told him he was lying, but he's absolutely right. I do be having something to say. Like that first video, you were like, "Oh, Mike is trying to get us canceled."
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not trying to get us canceled. Okay.
Instantly. You're trying to see who pays attention.
Yeah, duh. Anyway, so let's talk about it, guys.
Let's talk about it.
Call of Duty. Is it a dying esport? I'm gonna go with yeah, man.
I mean, is it a dying esport, or in general, do you feel like, I guess it's not a dying game.
It's not a dying game.
But it is
a dying esport. People would rather, Warzone is free to play. People would rather play Warzone than play Call of any of the installments. The only reason people buy the installments, honestly, is because leveling up the guns for Warzone is easier on multiplayer of that installment.
Well, the current COD, you don't even have to do multiplayer. The guns level up playing zombies.
Oh,
yeah,
that's crazy.
So in the current COD, you can just grind out zombies and do Easter eggs and shit, and the level up guns, it progresses across the whole game.
That's crazy.
That's how I did it. I don't got patience for that shit.
But COD is turning more into a pay to play type situation where money is supposed to dictate whether or not you're good. Even some of these content creators, I'm not knocking y'all, really not, but it's not like y'all can come fight me anyway because y'all would lose. Anyway, some of y'all putting out these, oh, this is the best gun to play on Warzone and multiplayer and this and the third.
I hate that one.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to be one of those simps, bro. I used to be the simp that man, I need the best gun for Warzone, or what's the best submachine gun for multiple. I used to be that simp.
I think the problem with those videos is that it's not the gun, it's the player.
It is absolutely 100% the player.
Because you could run your COD guns just like Scump. You can run them just like Methods or
all those guys.
Karma. But if you don't have their mechanics, like, I don't know if I guess any COD players who see this have probably seen the video online. The way Dashy snakes on that one level of the mansion that the pool's outside, it's normally the B spot. He does it so well that I guess they changed the rules for snaking in COD. Like, that's not something anybody can casually do, much less that smooth. So it doesn't matter if you have the best gun if you're not going to be able to, like, if you don't have fundamentals and mechanics.
And then on top of that, people don't understand that controller plays a huge part about it. What was it? The scuff controller?
Well, I think the big issue that I hear when it comes to controllers is the aim assist, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also a big believer in any game I've played, whether it's video games, card games, whatever. I'm very play the meta, right? So I know all these people, these mouse and keyboard kids, they want to act like they're tough shit and they're hot shit and PC Master Race. But if aim assist is that big of an issue for you, just use a fucking controller. Because if that's the meta, play the meta. Because professionally, I think most, if not all, the pros play controller.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of those pros can also still play mouse and keyboard. So they still chose controller over mouse and keyboard.
But I believe it's also because competition is controller. Is it not?
I think back in the day it was like very strict on that, but now I know in Halo you can use either or.
I think the league, because the league is coming up in July. It came up across my feed on
the league. The COD League is running right now.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the finals, like the championship.
Oh yeah, we can look into that, but my whole thing is like, even so, right? If you're playing online against PC and you're like, oh, they're using, aimbot, or they're using.
Don't say aimbot.
Sure, yeah.
That's just a whole nother
aim assist
negatory in itself.
But here's my logic though. When you go watch a lot of these streamers for like any gun game, they turn that shit off. Yeah. Because a lot of players have said, like, sometimes the aim assist isn't your friend.
Yeah.
Because the way aim assist works, it's supposed to not snap to the person's body.
It's supposed to assist.
But it's supposed to help you. But what happens is that it's kind of like when you're driving a car and it's it's programmed to keep you in the lane. But you're trying to switch lanes.
Yeah, and it switches you back.
Yeah, so you end up fighting against the aim assist. So most of the time, players just turn it off anyways because it becomes a hindrance. Aim assist is really good for like people who don't play a lot of COD and they're just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
But like for the sweats and stuff, you probably shouldn't have that on anyways. You should just be working on your dead zone settings and just kind of like get good.
All that plays a factor. But some of these content creators will make it seem like as long as you build a gun this way, everything will be straight. But our reaction times aren't the same. Our monitor is not the same. Our internet connection is not the same. My controller is not the same. Yeah. So people will make it seem like if you have these settings, if you have these guns, if you have XYZ, then you should be able to drop a 40 bomb just like me, or drop a 50 bomb in a lobby. And then the worst part is some of it's misleading too. Let's be real about it. Some of you content creators are dropping these 50 bombs and these 40 bombs in bot lobbies.
Yes.
You guys are creating these lobbies to get these views so you can milk whatever it is that you need to milk from the YouTube system. Come on.
I don't even think they're necessarily bot lobbies. I think they just know the people.
Oh, so you think like they're
I think they're just setting up large ass fucking custom games. And there's probably some secret hidden Discord, because in Discord you can hide things. Yeah. We have hidden parts in our Discord that only we can see as a company.
Yeah.
So they probably have a hidden Discord like, hey, I need 49 people right now. Give them some NDAs and shit, and tell them to join this private lobby. And I'm just gonna run a fucking train through them so that I can make a video. Like, and you don't even need a full lobby. You just need like 7 friends to kind of pop around the corner here and there, and then you just go ham on them. So like, people gotta remember, it's very misleading when you see like a TikTok clip where he drops like 15 kills straight. but you're not watching their 7-hour stream where that's the best play of the 7 hours. So people need to kind of get the mentality that's like, it's not always real.
Yeah. So, because like I said, people would rather play Warzone. Like I just met a female player on, she streams. She doesn't do it like for content and stuff. I'm not gonna say she doesn't do it for like content and stuff like that, but she streams. She's good. She plays multiplayer. She hates Warzone. I've seen some of her gameplay. I think she's really good. That is what I call a legit player. Because you see the flaws, you see the bullshit, you see all of it.
No, there's a ton. There's a ton of people out there, male and female, or whatever you identify as. Look, I'm just saying.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But like, there are legitimate people out there, and I feel like they get overshadowed because you got people like Dr. Disrespect or Tim the Tatman or like, you know, other people who played a lot of that game, and you know, and then a lot of former pros now, you know, because like that's how Call of Duty works, right? You start off in like challengers, then you go pro for years, and then when you retire, your two options are coach or streamer, or some sort of like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of former pros become streamers, and everyone thinks that they can all play like those pros, and it's like there's no way your ego is so big that you think you can compete with like Scump on a bad day, or like Adept, or Methods, or Octane. Like these kids is like, this is what they get paid for.
Yeah.
But I think my number one aggravation of hearing kids complain is about the skill-based matchmaking. They're like, oh, it shouldn't be in casual. I just want a pub stomp. But like, here's the thing. You want to pub stomp. You're forgetting that sometimes it will be you who gets pub stomped. That's how that works. Because if you are happy dropping 32 kills in the game and you're calling everyone trash, like, bro, that's your lobby. That's your skill lobby. That's your skill set. The game's got to put you against people that you're similar skilled, because that's the only way you can actually play the game. Because nobody wants to log in and just get ran through.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I cannot play Warzone in my lobby. And some of the guys that I play with that play Warzone, they, because I haven't played in so long, they be like, oh, let's go to Leo's lobby, because my name on is Leo RX00 if y'all want to look me up. You know, let's play some COD. But they'll be like, oh, let's go in Leo's lobby. His lobby's sweet. And I'll be like, y'all don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all do not want to, because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. If the skill-based matchmaking is consistent basically on your progression as on that game across Warzone and multiplayer, y'all would never want to hop in my lobby, because on multiplayer, I'm dropping like 32 out of 12 on a map, playing the objective too.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched any pro COD in a while. I have played this current COD, and I'm not gonna lie, your boy's kind of good.
That's why I said my powers came back.
If it wasn't for the fact that I took a photo, no one would have believed me. I dropped 68 kills in a game.
I believe you.
And I was like, "Whew, it's time for bed," because that's all the energy I had left. Because you know, like if you're a magician, when the trick is just that fucking good, don't do another trick.
Yeah,
pull the curtains. Time to go.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it was, what was it, today? I think it was today. I was playing today, and I was like, "Oh my god, you know, I'm killing and this, that, and the third." So the first game, it was today. The first game I played, I dropped 42.
I don't even think I have that.
Yeah,
that was like my prize pig. I should have kept.
I think we were playing. I don't know what. Oh, it seems like we were playing team deathmatch, because it goes to 150. So my first game of the day, 42 eliminations, 18 deaths. And at that point, I'm like, wait, what? Can I do that again? Second game, 32 eliminations, 18 deaths. I'm like,
but like, maybe it's just me, but like, I feel like the current COD is like much easier.
I think so too.
The
last game I played today, 37 eliminations, 19 deaths, and 34 confirms.
Yeah, Mike's never done that in his life. So yeah, obviously the game's a lot easier.
So,
but just, you know, to kind of keep pushing it, I realize like, and honestly, this is kind of towards PC players, right? PC players are so quick to talk about how they're better than Xbox and they're better than PlayStation, blah blah blah. But they're the only ones complaining because they're the only ones that have to deal with hackers.
No, because
no one's there's no way in fuck anyone's paying for that stupid little machine to plug into their PlayStation.
yeah, but I
aim
get hacked on when I play Warzone. I know it's PC players
because
but
Warzone's crossplay.
yeah, I know it's
But
PC
if
players.
you turn off crossplay, you'll never have that problem again.
I agree, but I'm not a bitch. So.
I mean, neither am I. But some games automatically put you in.
Yeah,
Like in Marvel Rivals, I can only play quick play with PC players. In ranked, it's only console players I play against. And I'm so used to going against PC players, I low key in every game I play, I run through console players because I play most lobbies with PC players. That or I have a second account on a PC account and I just be playing both because I have 2 accounts for Marvel Rivals and I do play mouse and keyboard on one and I play Xbox on the other. But I feel like if the hacking is that big of an issue, just stop playing the fucking game, dude.
I agree.
There's too many good.
I remember
games
what
out there.
what was it a couple of games ago? They had a anti-cheat. What was it called?
For COD?
Yeah.
I mean, the last 2 CODs I think have had it, or like
I forget what it was called.
Yeah, the last COD,
but it was an anti-cheat installed within the game itself.
Yeah, and it's like people would disappear, or like people would take no bullets if the game registered that
you were cheating.
But like those anti-cheats, they have flaws to them, right?
Because people who were legit were getting.
Yeah, people like Symphony.
Yeah,
he's fucking good. And he was so fucking good that the game thought he was cheating, so he had a whole second camera to look at his hands for when he was playing on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
And Valorant had that similar issue too. Some pro players, they're just that damn good at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to remember, like, not the average Joe player, like, you can't out talent practice, right? Like, you can practice all you want, but sometimes people just got it.
Yeah.
Like, you can play basketball all day, every day, but you might not be Jordan. You might not be LeBron or Kobe. You can put the work in. But some of these kids, they just got it. They got that eagle
got
eye.
it.
They are them. Like, so it's like you gotta remember there's like casual COD, there's competitive COD, and then there's the pro league.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that those high level competitive kids are never in the pro league because they're just competitive kids. You're good because your internet's good. You're not good because you're at a live event. But as an esport as a whole, I think ever since they're running the format that they have right now
for the league,
the Call of Duty League's format is, in my personal opinion, ambitious and sounds great on paper. It's actually shit in execution.
Yeah, because
the COD League, like a lot of other franchise leagues, they try to run it kind of like you would run the NFL or the NBA, right? Where the teams will travel out to those different states so that they can feel like they have a little home court advantage and sell merch. But the problem is, and some orgs do it better than others, is content is king, especially in Call of Duty. There's a reason Optic is one of the few teams that, like, they're in the black for money. It's because their fan base, like, let's be honest, there's a 95% chance that the reason you watch COD is because of Optic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's when Nate Shot was on the team and they won the X Games, or whether it was with Karma and Formal and they did the 3-time champ run, or it was their content team they had the Scuff House. They've built.
For me, it was the Crim 6, and then I started watching. The only reason I started watching FaZe was because of Nick
Merckx.
Yeah.
Well, Nick Merckx wasn't even a COD person.
No, I know. He was playing Warzone.
No, Nick Merckx is a former Gears of War pro player. Nick Merckx was a pro Gears player. Like, same, like, I think the current generation forgets that some of the biggest streamers are former pros. Like, Ninja was not a Fortnite player. He's a former Halo pro. Like, he's a former Halo pro that went this. Nick Merckx is a former Gears pro that does this shit now.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there's a 95% chance you're watching COD because of some current or former Optic person, because they be rotating people in and out sometimes.
Yeah. And
that's why they bank. So when, like, the major or the CDO goes to Texas, which is where Optic is located, obviously Optic's going to show up. They're going to make the money. But I guess the same could be said for LA Thieves. because 100 Thieves is like the next big group because it's Nate Shot's group. But you can't convince me that like the Boston Breach are gonna make money at their event.
Yeah, I was looking at some of these COD teams, and I was like,
the Seattle Surge are gonna make fucking money.
yeah,
Like they're not. Like you could even take Optic's COD team. You could take Shotzi, Dashy, and all them and put them on another team, and they're still not gonna sell. Because those teams, they're not big enough and content wise to really start racking in that money. Like there's no incentive to watch them.
Yeah.
And then there's the buy-in. So there's not really much of a challenger series that there used to be, where the top 2 challenger teams would challenge the bottom 2 pro teams for regulation or promotion. That made it fun because that gave everyone the chance to play COD, and I think that's when COD flourished the most, right? But with this current setup, like, all right, we're gonna try our best to bring every team to every event, but it's like not everybody can host as good as the previous place. I know a few years back they had issues because of weather, or like there was a sewage leak, there was a smell, there was huge delays.
Yeah.
It's not balanced in the long run unless you're gonna bring all 50 states in or all 40 plus states, because I don't see why North and South Dakota each need a fucking team. You're just Team Dakota, okay? But like, unless you're gonna bring in more teams into the pro league and run it like you would run the NFL or run it like you would run the NBA, I would love to know the financial numbers. They have to be hemorrhaging. I think the league makes money. I don't think the teams are making money. I think the teams are straight, like, I think teams are bleeding money when it comes to COD. Outside of Optic and 100 Thieves, because they've got content creators. They like
when it comes to
the setup for it.
So when it comes to the league making money, I can see where the money is being made, because
the league controls YouTube and they control the Twitch, so they're gonna make the YouTube money, they're gonna make the Twitch money,
and then the content, not the content, the pay to play stuff, like we were talking about. So if you want to play online and you want your skin to look like Optics, or you want your skin to look like the CDL, that's stuff that you have to pay real money with instead of the COD points that you get.
And that, I'm pretty sure team skins, the teams get a percentage.
But I don't think it's not that much of a percentage.
Well, not even that, but it's like, ain't nobody buying the 8th place team.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You know, like, everybody wants to be like FaZe because they're a popular name. Optic, 100 Thieves. No one wants to be Surge. No one wants to be the fucking Florida Mutineers. You know what I mean?
It's like right now, for example, like in basketball, people got LeBron jerseys. People got Dwayne Wade jerseys. People got Steph Curry jerseys. People ain't got no Seth Curry jerseys. They don't got his brother's jerseys.
I keep forgetting that he got a whole brother in the NBA. I'm gonna be really honest. Steph Curry's just too fucking good. Steph just got to go coach or something, because ain't nobody gonna see him.
But but like you were saying, it's different now, because back in the day, people had the Pippen jerseys, the Kerr jerseys, the Jordan jerseys, the Rodman jerseys,
Iverson,
the Patrick Ewing, the Charles.
Bro,
people
even fucking Yao Ming had jerseys, bro.
People had these jerseys, T-Mac jerseys. It's because back it was a better, in my opinion, it was a better league to stray away.
Not just league. I think it was a better spread in personality.
Yeah,
I think in my head the best way I can say that.
And that's what is lacking in Call of Duty, right?
Honestly, it's not even COD. I think every game league is lacking that. All these fucking kids are super fucking introverted. They don't know how to do a fucking interview, dude. I was watching Halo, and like they went to go interview, and they were all looking at one person to do the interview. Like, bro, what do you mean? You don't know how to talk? You were the MVP of the game. You should have fucking known you were gonna get the interview.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think all these orgs need to do some PR training and shit. Like, you're only gonna make money if your players are marketable, because like winnings is gonna bring you the money. Now, let me not like bullshit. Yeah, you are playing for money, but I guess how much money players make and stuff is also based on the org. Because if the players are making a salary, that the winnings might just go back to the org, since the players are under salary or a percentage or something. Every org is different, but my whole thing is like, you're playing. You're one of the lucky few that get paid to play video games for hours.
Facts.
And like, I don't want to hear anyone say that it's hard, because the average player plays 40 hours anyways. And most of us got shitty ass 9 to 5 jobs. We don't even like. Not me. I actually like my job, but I meant as in general as a whole. I never speak about myself when I make comments.
I love my job.
Yeah, I love my job. So
I slam people's kids.
I work from home, and that's all that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want people to know my shit. But like, I don't know if I'm paying hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for a player, and you don't know how to do basic interviews or have conversation.
You gotta go.
I don't care how good you are. I will find a person that plays just as good as you because the league is hungry, and I will find someone that's marketable. Like, you don't want to be in a video and do content? Well, then I don't want you doing my thing.
Exactly.
Sure, I might be dropping people myself if they're not turning in content.
Because if you're not selling me and I'm behind you and you're supposed to be my product, then
yeah, like orgs are an investor if you really want to think about it, and they got investors too. Because you got to think about it, these orgs are bringing in millions of dollars from other people. They got to pay those people back.
Facts.
So it's like when the rent's due and you don't got your portion, you getting kicked out.
Facts.
Like plain and simple. And like any other job, if you're not doing your job, you're gonna get fired. And so, again, especially when COD specifically has a lot of challengers that they're itching to get on a pro scene.
Yeah.
And they're already playing with a lot of pros. They're just waiting for you to slip up. So, like, hey,
I'll take your seat.
Yeah, put a good word in for me. I've got the work ethic. Like, let me get in there. And no one's hungrier than a challenger ready to show off on the pro scene.
I will say this, because we don't want to discourage you guys. COD has been.
I do.
I've been having
COD people. I'm looking right at this fucking camera right here. I'm discouraging you. I don't want to fucking see you in my lobbies. I want to see you at a live event. You got one good game on me and then you ran away. I'm a best of 3 person. I'm a marathon player. I'm not a sprinter. All right, I'm a former hero here. We play best of 7s, bro. Don't you run away after that first game. You better go get your drink and suit up. Okay, it's gonna be a long fucking game.
Where is my super suit?
Because like I said, I love content. We going to game 7. we only going to game 5 if I'm really in a bad mood or I got shit to do. But we going to game 7. So I'm okay with discouraging because I feel like it's realistic. That some people their heads are overinflated because they do really good online or they're the best player in their friend group and their friends gas them up into thinking they're good. There's good.
God,
there's
bro.
good, and then there's friend group casual good.
Bro, there is this guy in my friend group.
Apparently I'm not a part of, but I'll leave that for a whole nother time.
Oh, the Warzone players. Remember I was telling you I have the Haitian crew?
Yeah.
Bro, I can't make this up, bro. He talks the most shit out of everybody in the motherfucking chat, bro. But what pisses me off is he'll have good games, Warzone games. They always play in his lobby, so getting a win is
easy.
It's like riding a bike with training wheels on the front and the back.
While mom and dad are holding the seat for you.
Yes. So, but bro, I can't make this up. So I played a game with him, Warzone. He's like, man, he don't call me Leo. He'll call me Mike. Oh, man, Mike. He's Haitian too, so his accent is thick.
I think it's heavy.
Heavy.
You
like,
know.
Mike, you trash, man. You trash. You. I'm better than you. I'm like, 1v1 me, bro.
It's like, yo, run the ones. Run them ones, bro.
1v1 me, bro. There's only one person in that crew that because this is how I used to tell those guys, listen, you guys want to be sharp, you guys want to get your reaction time, this, that, and the third, go play multiplayer. And they look at me, they be like, man, we don't got time to play multiplayer.
Oh, but you got time to third party.
So
you got time to skirmish.
So we'll I used to take like 2 of them, 3 of them to go play multiplayer. And this was back when this was the previous game. So shipment was my shit.
I mean, I feel like if you're not good at okay, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Like, I feel like if COD was a religion, you got to know some maps are just like the Bibles, right? Yep. You got to be good at shipment. You got to be good at Rust,
Nuketown,
and you got to be good at Nuketown, because those maps show up on almost every single COD. Yep. So there's no excuse of, I've never played this map. Like, bro, all they change are the colors of the damn machine, of the mannequins, and the colors of the vehicles. Yeah. The map is exactly the same.
So I'll take them on shipment. I'm built different. So when you have kids, especially a newborn baby, or you're trying to, you know, watch a wrestling or whatever. You're trying to multitask. Can't play with headphones on.
Of course not. You got to keep one ear out.
No. You just don't play with that shit at all. So
There's a few times I've done that. I'm like, y'all, this sucks. I got to figure something out.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the reasons why I've been able to get my reaction time up is because most players would use that crutch of listening for the footsteps and
Yeah.
direction of bullets and this, that, and the third. Bro, I am all screen, no sound.
This man's just raw dog in the COD game, bro.
That 42 kills, 18 deaths, those 3 games, I had baby girl next to me. I
I got here just raw dog in COD, bro.
And I couldn't have the headset on.
No audio.
So I had the headset off, and I was just in this reaction time.
Sometimes though, like, I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes it's so nice though.
Yeah, because it honestly forced me to play different. It forced me to look down at my bullets.
Your
It forced me.
level increases because you don't have, like you said,
Crutch.
the crutch of.
I was Daredevil in that bitch.
I think it's not Daredevil. I think you're looking for Echo. She's deaf. Daredevil's blind. Echo's deaf.
No,
together they make a whole bat.
Fine, I was Echo in that bitch.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Echo, they all felt me the same.
Hands are hands.
So it forced me to look at my mini map. It forced me to, like, for example, one of the classes that had the perks. Some people will have that perk where it's like, oh, if you're being aimed at, your screen will flash the yellow. And some people don't pay attention to that shit.
Bro, people would just be wasting perks.
Bro,
people be wasting perks.
I ain't got time for that.
People don't pay attention to their screen as much as they think they do because they're so all gas, no brakes, and they never assess the situation. I promise you when I say when I play COD like I'm actually out in the fucking fields, bro.
People don't even realize.
I'm not saying I camp, but I'm not running, gunning, and sliding. I'm just like, it sounds so bbad. I barely run in COD. I walk half the time in all these maps because why? You gonna run around that corner anyways, and I'm just gonna shoot you. Like, I'm not gonna waste that time to go from sprint to ADS when I could just shoot you.
People don't even realize that when you get shot in COD, and the blood splatter comes on the screen, you literally have an indication, a red indication of where direction you got shot from.
Yeah.
People don't even be paying attention to that. Like,
I told you,
how is that possible?
People, they're too focused on running and gunning. But like, even in the pro scene, they don't do that in the pro scene. Because most of the COD games, pro games, they're like search and destroy. You can't run and gun.
Yeah.
In search, you got one life. Everyone has to. You have to play smart. And running gunning isn't gonna be playing smart. It's great for the highlight reels and stuff, but it's not gonna get you anywhere.
You know the crazy part is, to kind of take this home, one of the things that I absolutely hate in COD playing multiplayer is objective games where I have a team that doesn't play the objective.
It's so annoying. And they make the excuse of, well, this is my score, so why didn't you guys play the objective? Like, bro, why didn't you play? Like, it's a team
what I like
game.
about this COD is it shows you your objective score. So it shows you your kills, your deaths, your objective score. And so when I'm looking at the objective score and I'm like, nigga, what?
People, yeah, you guys.
For example,
please always play the objective because your KD doesn't mean shit when you lose.
Yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, there have been times where I'm playing Nuketown, Hardpoint, which is basically a King of the Hill for some that don't know.
Yeah.
It absolutely irks me when people aren't playing the hardpoint, and then when they finally get in the hardpoint, they don't realize that the hardpoint's about to change. And come on, we've done already a rotation of this, 2 rotations at that.
You know what? Let's make a quick list right now. Pass to pro. That's what I'm going to call it. So that way, when I cut this over content, it's going to say pass to pro. All right. Awareness.
Objective.
Communication.
Awareness. Oh, you said awareness already.
Awareness,
right? Listening. You gotta listen.
Yeah. So awareness, communication, objective, rotations. That's the top 4 shit.
Spawn points.
Yeah. I would put that under awareness. But if you watch any pro play, what are they always doing? They're looking. And especially in pro play, because you're box. You're all right next to each other.
Yeah.
if you watch any of the pros, if they don't see anything on their screen, they're looking at their teammates' screens because they need angles. It's all about angles, positioning, and rotation. Because COD is the same as Halo. You can block spawns, but they're sweet spots. And you also got to know, especially like in domination, you know what happens in Dom when you push a little too far and you're not set up for it, spawns flip.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to say don't do it. I'm cool with triple capping. But you have to be set up for it. Right?
Because don't be set up for it, man.
If you got A and B and you want to push C, they're gonna spawn A if you're not set up to defend A. So then all you're doing is just running back and forth to take over that same objective over and over. You get nowhere.
And I think what pisses me off about domination, like I said, because we're coming close to the end.
No, we got time.
We do?
Yeah, we got
okay.
time.
People. It's 6 people on a team.
Not esports wise.
Yeah,
right?
but
okay, yeah.
When you're playing multiplayer, 6 people on a team. Half of you go cap B, and the other half cap the C or A, wherever you spawn.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that, like,
if you don't cap B, it's a wrap.
Well, it's not even just B, right? A certain amount of players caps the hill faster. But there's a cap to that, and I think the cap is 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any more than 3 people on that hill, it's not going to speed it up. So don't waste the time and push out. And I'm not saying camp, because I know now if you try to camp too long, you get pinged for, like, if you don't move, you're going to get kicked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a difference of camping and protecting the objective. You can rotate around A, hover around B, come back to A, check corners. You don't have to just sit there, sniping like 6 fucking claymores. Not that I do that all the time, but at 3 a.m. I do what I want. But like, you can rotate around one, and like it's like puppy guarding. But you know what? At the end of the day, when you're trying to win, you got to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to hold A. Let the other people push C. Hold A, hold B, so that way you have your base. But I think awareness is a really big thing.
And know your role. I'm not even trying to call it, just copyright infringement. The Rock, I'm sorry, but
hey, man,
no, for real, know your role.
Yeah.
Because, for example, and I think I took this from Chris, watching him and his Halo team play. If it's 4 guys playing an objective game on Halo, 2 out of those 4 guys are slaying. And the rest,
I'm gonna be honest, we've done a lot of tournaments in Florida, and we get told a lot of the same thing. They're like, you guys just know what you're doing. And I'm like, well, here's why we knew what we're doing. I'm not like this current generation of competitors where you have one bad tournament and you're ready to swap out for another player.
Yeah.
I have been playing with Photon for 15 years. Photon and I have been through the mud, to the point where we're at that point now, we don't actually talk to communicate, because he knows what he needs to do. I know what he's got to do, and he knows exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm a flex player. If you need me to slay, I'm a slay. You need me to run the flag, I'm going to run the flag. I'm going to sit in the hill, I'm going to hold the ball. Like, I've always been the kind of person too, like, I should be the worst player on my team. Because if I'm surrounded by guys who are really good, it's going to make me better.
Yeah.
And that's why we won a lot of tournaments back in the past, locals and minors and shit like that. Like, we played pretty well, but it's like, you also got to know your team, right? Like, you should, especially in COD, because some players are SMGs, some players are really good at sniping, some players are flexing, and you got to throw that ego away. The only time you see those pros with the egos when they're talking that mad shit after the game.
Like right now, I can tell people straight up, like, if I were to play a COD game and I had to choose 4 guys, I know I got Chris. I know I got me.
That's a bold. I don't even play COD like that. So obviously you guys are seeing something I'm not seeing, anyway, because I'm colorblind.
And if I had to go based off of past players, the Twins,
Hockey and Vic B.
And if I can't get the Twins, Angel and Abner.
Let me tell you about our COD team that we had. We were in the ZGL league, the Zoned Out Gaming League. It's Obviously, it's not even a minor. It's like an online local.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of teams in there.
Yeah.
And a lot of those teams do compete at events. So like they're actually like legit good teams. Bro, hockey was playing so fucking good that I had people trying to trade him from me. Like people wanted him to join. Like they were hitting him up, they were hitting me up, they were bothering Victor and Abner. And I was like, all right, well, that shit's not happening. We're just gonna go shit on them. And we made playoffs in our rookie year, so it was a pretty dope experience under that banner.
Well,
So
based off of that, I already know who would be the objective player. I already know who would be the slayer. I know who's gonna snipe. I know who's not gonna snipe. Chris has known me for damn near 10 plus
we are coming up
13.
we are coming up 15 years.
15 years.
We're coming up 15 years.
Yep.
Because I've known Photon 18 something years.
15, because I met you in college.
Yeah, so
2010.
we're coming up 15 years.
Showing my age here. Anyway, so realistically, Chris knows that I am going to either be the AR player or the sub player. And depending on which gun I pick, whether it's the AR or the sub, is whether I'm going to be the objective player or I'm going to be the slayer. If you see me with that AR in my hand, I'm gonna be the slayer. If you see me or the sub in my hand, I'm gonna be the slayer. If I got that AR, then I'm playing the objective.
Yeah, competitive COD definitely has that scenario where like you have to play a role.
Yeah.
And it's like most of the time it's like 2 of this, 1 of this, and like a flex player. I know in Halo, it got to a point where it's like, in hindsight, it was cool, but it's like everyone just has to know how to slay.
Yeah.
Right? Because like for COD, especially for COD, I feel like a lot of kids worry too much about doing like unnecessary tricks and shit, like the slide canceling, the snaking, but they don't have the fundamentals. Like you just got to know how to shoot, bro.
When I tell you, I
just got to know how to shoot and how to like stop sprinting around the corners and getting popped in the sky.
Slide canceling for me, I can tell you how many times I slide cancel. I can tell you how many times I've done the little new mechanic where you can jump back and play there. I haven't done any of that. But
I think, but like esport wise, I think COD would be a lot more fun if there were more teams. Because back in the day, because
we had mad teams.
It wasn't franchised back in the day, so like any team had the chance of taking that tournament because like they had the open brackets and the challenges and shit. That was fun. I feel like now it feels very stagnant, and like a lot of esports feel very stagnant because it's like it's the same 8 teams or it's the same 6 teams. It's the same all the time. The only way you're gonna see new people is if players get dropped. And I feel like maybe we should just get rid of franchising and open it back up so that way we can enjoy those underdog stories of like this team came out of nowhere. They had no money. They all slept in the car together, and they're making an amazing run through the challenger scene through the open bracket. Like, yo, that shit was hype. That shit was hype because you felt that. We were like, yo, we are that underdog team.
Facts.
And you get behind them. And then like they do an interview like, bro, that's like the nicest man in the fucking world. And like now you're a fan of a team you didn't know you'd be a fan of because of the open bracket. And there's a lot of pros that are their pros now because of the open bracket from back then. And they just got lucky and they made the cut.
Facts.
So I think because like League of Legends is having that issue too. And it's like it's not fun to watch anymore. They're changing things up, but like I know Halo just started, and the only reason Halo is fun right now is because like every single team did a roster swap, so like no team is the same anymore. So I'm excited for that season. COD, I just want more out of COD.
I agree.
I want more out of the esport. I want to know exactly how you're providing these teams with like you're gonna make money because I don't see just to wrap it up. The TLDR, I don't see how all the teams are making enough money to justify the league running the way it runs.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because like, there's only so many investors an org gets. There's only so much merch an org can sell. There's only so much an org can make content-wise. So I don't know. If anybody that watches this that like is heavy into that and has like data mines some stuff or metadata, bro, by all means, hit me up. I would love to see those numbers because in my head, if you're not in top 4, it's a net loss, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't think the roadmaps are fair either. I don't think they hit up every single state the same. I think Optic gets more events than anybody. And that's not even just in COD. I think I know in Halo last year, Optic had like 4 events just straight from Texas. So I think there needs to be some sort of balance. I guess the way I'd say it is, if you're at a hometown event, like let's say we're in Seattle for the Surge, it might not be something everybody agrees with. I don't care, but I think all sales got to go to that team, or a percentage of everyone's sales, because it's their home. Like if you're hosting a party, you tell everybody bring snacks, bring something for the party. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
Because like ticket numbers are not always going to be the same. But yeah, COD sucks.
Whoa.
The internet sucks.
Whoa.
These kids complain way too fucking much about a game they're not even really that good at.
It's because they spent money on the skins and spent money on these tracer packs, and not realizing that the tracer packs and all this stuff does not dictate whether or not you're going to be good.
Bro, the only skins I have are free.
Bro,
I'm not wasting money on fucking skins.
I think the only skin I have, I actually used my COD points for it, because I don't buy the battle pass anymore.
Bro, skins don't. You buy all the skins you want to do, buy a skill.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. The only reason I used my points to buy this skin was because it was part of the challenge and it was Splinter.
That's fair. I mean, it's Splinter.
Like, if I can't have the turtles, I might as well just take Splinter.
Get the rat.
Splinter was like, I think it was 11. No, I was gonna get Splinter regardless.
No,
I wanted
skins
something
are like 1,200, right?
Yeah,
some
but
shit like that.
But
yeah, I think the community needs to do better.
yeah. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure
Wrap it up, Mike. Take us home.
To be here with you guys and whatnot.
Some words of wisdom.
Some words of wisdom from the darkness. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Take it how you want to take it. But those are the words of wisdom. We're going to be kind of closing with those or opening with those, however this gets chopped up or placed in the video. Whatever happens, happens. With that being said, I am the darkness. I am the blackness. I am in the night. I am B Mike.
If you guys want to see more of this, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button if you haven't. And until next time, we're also on Spotify. Just type in StormSharks podcast and it will pop up. You'll see the Sharky in the corner. And you can actually watch videos now. So you can watch videos or you can click to audio. So we are on Spotify. So if you haven't heard it, episodes 1 and 2 are already up on Spotify as well. This will go up a day after on Spotify. So it'll go on one day on YouTube, the next day on Spotify.
Crazy.
All right. And until next week, we will see you guys.
見たこともない場所で目覚めた魔法と夢の国そこに入った闇と光の